The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to do the 2 sketches for this week's Show What You Know, inspired by abstract or ornamental art. One thing you will need to do is draw 2 shapes. They could be any 2 shapes. I'm tracing around this tape to draw a circle. I could also use a ruler for different shapes, or I can use other materials. And I can simply draw my 2 shapes. Notice I'm drawing them nice and large. The next thing you will need to do is decide how you want to do the balance. You will need to either use symmetrical, asymmetrical, or radial balance. If you want to do radial balance, I recommend starting in the middle and having a design that's going to kind of rotate around of some sort. You could make it so that there's a really interesting sense of movement around the circle. You could add all kinds of other shapes as well. And if you do a symmetrical design, then you're going to want to do the same on both sides. So maybe I use my ruler or some other straight edge, and whatever I decide on one side, I do to the other side, and I can come up with an interesting design that way as well. Once you've divided it into interesting shapes, and you will want a wide arrangement. You don't want to have big empty spaces. Once you have that divided into shapes, and I could even add like a little details around here. I could have parts that go outside of the shape. The next thing I want to do is start adding interlacing techniques. So I could decide, like, I want to do weaving in this shape, or I want to do knotting, have this go into a knot. And I want to get some really interesting overlapping, and I can go back in and erase and show overlapping here. But you're going to want to have really interesting designs. So here's some examples of finished ones for this week, where you can see that there's 2, they're large on the page, that there's a variety of shapes, and they're balanced either symmetrically, asymmetrically, or radially, and they have a wide variety of different interlacing techniques where things are weaving, knotting, crossing, different patterns, and really interesting ideas.